if you're not thinking about the biopsychosocial model, or just the fact that humans are complicated animals, and meshing that together with your training and rehab, you're leaving healing or performance on the table. And this is what I mean by it. People get really into the weeds on the mechanical and like structural and almost like the mechanistic parts of training. You know, we get really focused on, is this the perfect exercise progression? Is this the perfect technique, or are these the perfect mechanics? And it's not that that stuff doesn't matter, but those things don't exist in a vacuum. You have social and psychological influences and internal influences, and also just the fact that people are super emotional should always be coming into play. People tell stories about how their anatomy is different than another person's, and that means they can't do XYZ. Yeah, maybe. We don't know. And until you actually test out your hypothesis, there is no way of knowing. And the only way to test out your hypothesis is to train hard and train consistently, and honestly do similar things to the people that you know who have been successful, which is usually just commit to a process and try to get better at the things you want to get better at, right? So if you are looking at your problems, and even if you think, oh, I'm being like biopsychosocial, but you're not giving at least some amount of thought into, hey, what are my thoughts on this? Like, what are my biases? Am I actually like being objective, or am I really being emotional? Am I getting frustrated in the training process and then giving up on stuff that if I just kept trying and looked at it in a different way, would I get better? This comes out a lot of times in the fact that people switch programs all the time, or they're jumping ship when they have like a couple bad days or even a bad week, and they go looking for something new. Your brain's always looking for something new. Your brain's always looking for a threat. You can't separate these lower questions that are always popping in and out of your subconscious from who you are as a person. What you can do is get better at identifying the factors that aren't just like super objective. They are more interpersonal, or they're more personal. Like, hey, this is what I think about myself. This is my stressors. This is what society has made me think about, like my back or XYZ. These are the stories I'm telling. The better you get at understanding the fact that most of this stuff is between our ears before it becomes out into the world, the better you can start to actually believe in the training process that you're trying to create, or believe in yourself to the extent that you'll keep showing up despite setbacks. So don't just think of yourself like, this mechanic, this mechanistic thing that is just determined by your genes. Because yes, your genes matter, and what you are capable of may have some amount of a ceiling, but a lot of it still is dictated by the things you're thinking, the stories that other people have told you, and the emotions and problems that you have attached yourself to. That's all I got for today. Make sure to go check out like the biopsychosocial model. Appreciate you being here. Peace.